Hello everyone, my name is Adam Flugie and I'm an intervention specialist working with kindergarten, first, and second graders. Well, welcome to my website. This is geared towards first grade at three-dimensional geometry. What you see right now is basically the home page right here. I have a button that will have you go into the enter, which is the meat of the website. Under that is a brief description of the focus of this unit, which what I just told you, three-dimensional geometry, and this is going to be for first grade. And this basically kind of sums up what the students will be learning through this unit. I did make sure I wrote with parent support due to the fact they are first graders, and I would like an adult to be supervising them when they are utilizing this tool at home. So basically that is the main page. If you hit the enter button, it will take you into the student page. So right up here at the top of the website is the menu of places you can go. We've got the home screen. Next to that is the student screen, and I have drop down lists into each lessons that the students will go into. Next to that is the teacher link for basically the adults. The project video, which is what you're watching, can be found here. The unit standards, which are going to be the Common Core, technology, and the 21st century, as well as the assessments tab that you can find all of the assessments located throughout this unit. Next to that are the tools and resources, which I'll get to in a couple minutes. The survey, which is for the peer reviews to take, and finally my reflection. So once again, if you go down here to this main button, if you press enter, it will take you into the mainframe page of the students, which is going to be the lessons and activities that I would like them to be utilizing. I have them listed here as lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I would like them to go in chronological order, starting with lesson 1 and go through the lessons. Underneath that is the button right here that says blog, and these are also located through each lessons. I have this here for any comments or questions, basically more for the parent to write if they didn't understand something, so that way we can have that open communication through the blogs on this website, just another digital tool used. So let's say we'll go into the first lesson, and each lesson is very similar in the way that it's set up. I have what the lesson we are going to be covering. This one is obviously the introduction to three-dimensional shapes. And then under each title located in yellow is a question, and that's kind of into the lesson objectives of what I want the students to be asking themselves as they are going through these lessons. So for instance, on lesson 1, how can you identify and describe three-dimensional shapes? How I use this, I would teach these lessons through at school in the classroom, and then these are going to be extension activities for kids to follow up with at home. Because once again, as little kids, I try to make this as user-friendly as possible with step-by-step directions. 1, read the slides below. 2, press play to watch the video. Some of the lessons I will have videos, either songs, short interactive videos, or books to read that the students can use as the digital tools to interact through their learning. At the end of every lesson, I do have something I would like them to complete at home with their parent. So I embedded files in each lessons for the parent and student to download and then print off and kind of work on at home. And each file that they download correlates directly to the lesson that they were going with that day. Like I said earlier, you have your blog button right here if parents want to make any comments or questions about that daily lesson. Now you can go back to the top and go through the lessons, or if you want to just continue going in chronological order, I have just lesson 2, and then that'll go into the next lesson. As you can see, I've got the title in green, underneath that in yellow, the question, which is the objective of that certain lesson. Once again, I have everything systematically in order for the students alongside with their parents to help them through this, to read, follow the directions. On some of the lessons, you'll see a click here, and the here is clearly a different color and larger text. That is a link to another website. So for instance, if I would say click here, you click on that, I have it opened in a new tab so you don't get quite lost. And as it comes up, this is basically a game or an educational resource that correlates with that lesson being taught. So I can just click right back out of there and I'm back on this page. Once again, I have a file for the student with their parent to download and print off to complete. Some of the lessons also have activities they can print off and complete and build and construct, and you can see as you go through this. Once again, the blog if there's any questions. So this basically just kind of sums up how the lessons look each time the students are using them at home with their parents. So if we go back up here to the top, we'll go to the teachers. If I just click on the main teacher page, it will give us the project video, which you're looking at right now, the standards. So if I would go here, we have the unit standards. Basically, they're buttons that give you for the standards and the links, the Common Core, which I have the standards right here. If you wanted to get in more depth with the standards through the Common Core, I have links to the website. If I go back up here, I can show you the standards, and then we also have the technology standards, which is the same setup. I've listed the ones that I'm using as well as the website for more references. And I also have the 21st century learning as well, and it's set up clearly the exact same way if you need to go to the website. So those are the standards. And the assessment piece, the assessments that I would be giving in class and at the end, the summative and formative assessments both are on here. Now the formative assessments, these are kind of more that I would be doing at school, more like exit tickets. And this is kind of more for the teacher resources or for the parents to see what we're doing. I also have the summative assessment below, a version of a summative assessment because I have multiple versions with different questions, though they all are relating to the same objectives that we're covering. So those are the assessments that you can get access to under the teacher page. Next to that are the tools and resources. This is ongoing. I can throw things in here as I build this website. So what I have here are links to math games for kids of all ages. All you need to do is just take your cursor and put it on one of these, just kind of like what I showed you before. Let's say we would want to go to the PBS Kids. Click that and that will take you into a new page of correlated math games. So this is just a tool for teachers and parents alike if they want their kids to, just doing a little bit more. And the kids usually like these websites. The other website that I've used that I'm throwing in here are some educational websites that are good resources that I've used in the past, that I plan on using in the future, and some of them that I've used for this lesson. The standards, which I've gone over, TeacherTube, which is a lot like YouTube, but more educational, Brain Pop, Quizalize, Board Prediction, things like that. So these are just basically tools for anyone to use if they would like that. Next to that is the survey. So when you're done with this, you just need to click this button and it will take you into the Google form survey. And then finally is the reflection piece that I will add at the end of this project. So that's basically the project overview in itself. Feel free to play around, find all the digital tools. Most of all the digital tools are going to be found throughout these lessons here. And enjoy. Thank you for your time.